naked and not ashamed. Naked and not ashamed. What does this mean? It means that you can be open totally, completely with your spouse and you are not ashamed. Now, I've often heard a lot of people say, how can this be possible? And many of them say, no, I can't be naked. And that's why when some people's phones are outside where they are taking their bath and their spouses come to grab the phones to give to them, they almost rush out with soap on their body and almost fall down because there is no nakedness, or if there's nakedness, there is shaming. Now, this morning, I'd like you to know that the way God wants it for marriage to function effectively is naked and not ashamed. That passage came from the Bible in Genesis. When God created Eve, took her from Adam and then brought her. And both of them were naked and they were not ashamed. The real thing that happened was that Adam looked at Eve and saw her nakedness, and Eve looked at Adam and saw his nakedness. And they were not ashamed at each other. They held themselves, they communicated effectively, functionally, and they were not ashamed of themselves. Now, when we look at nakedness, you will see there are some areas of weaknesses on both sides. And so, naked and not ashamed means that you will not use the area of weakness of the other person to be able to humiliate that person. So, naked and not ashamed is a big deal. It's a big issue in marriages today. How do you solve it? It's a decision within your heart, a mutual decision that even though this nakedness is here, I am not going to humiliate that person. You take that person as part of you, because you've never looked at your tummy and said that it's very big, I don't want it. I will never go out of the house with my tummy. Or you look at your face or your ears are very large and you say, look, I'm going to keep these ears down here. I'm never going to go out of the house with it. It's not happening in you. And that means that you have accepted it. And that's what naked and not ashamed is. You accept that the features of that other person and know that it's within the family. It's within the family. It's between two of us. We are the ones that are holding it, and we are not going to let the outsiders humiliate us. We're not going to let ourselves humiliate one another. And so naked and not ashamed really entails that. Now, in terms of communication, there are some things that you want to say, but it's dependent on what the person did with the previous thing you told him or her. And if the person humiliated the other spouse in the previous state, it means that naked and not ashamed will not happen. So a level of trust, a level of respect, a level of holding ourselves together, a level of making sure that you don't humiliate the other person because of the weaknesses is what will make naked and not ashamed very possible in family. And that's what God wants. So try it today. And let me tell you, the day you want to try it, there may be some hitches, but go on with time. After the wobbling, it steadies. It goes straight. It becomes all right. It becomes flesh for two of you, naked and not ashamed. Try it today. Thank you.